Hey, it's Tommy. So, got my bee suit on, so we're gonna mess in the bees today. I want to do a sugar roll. I wanted to do it yesterday on the hive that scored the 24, hive number 2. But yesterday, I got in that hive in both boxes, and I bet there wasn't 300 or 400 bees total in the whole thing. And looking at it today, it just looks like a normal hive. So I don't get it. It does not look like they're robbing, but maybe they're just robbing but taking their sweet time because there's nobody there to defend. I don't know. Anyway, the one that I want to do the mite count on is the one that scored the second worst, which was a 14, and that is hive number 9. It's going to be this one here. There's a good flow of traffic going. I brought some screen down today. I'm going to get that fixed up there, so there'll only be one entrance. So let me get set up and get that strap off that hive, and let's count some mites. All right, let's get started. Give them a little bit of smoke there first. Alright, no queen on the inner cover. Last time I got in this hive, there was some brood in the middle of the top box, and that was the one I used to do the mite test. So I'm going to go there first to see. It's almost 70 degrees, but it's not real sunny and hot, so the propolis is kind of snapping instead of being all sticky. So there's a nice little honey frame going. Some stores for winter. No brood on that frame. This one's more honey. Now, this is the one I thought would have the brood. They're starting to get a little ticked off at me. Calm down, girls. That's just more honey. I cracked some honey apparently on the bottom of that frame. You know, I see no brood at all. I thought there was. Well, they could have backfilled it, I guess, but this will be the last frame I check, and then I'll go into the bottom box. Yeah, that's all honey. Just honey. Well, I didn't want to really get in that second box, but what do you do? Yeah, they are getting a little testy. Got a couple dozen flying around me and binging me in the head. Alright. Make sure it's still recording. It is. It was a little frustrating yesterday when it kept stopping on me. It'd record like 3 minutes and then stop. To set a box straight on the ground. I'm going to set it on the lid and the cover instead. Man, look at all that honey just oozing out. Bees are trying to clean it up, and here I'm making a mess for them. One frame here apparently dropped down. It's not up on the thing. All right, just a couple slots of captive brood there. Otherwise, that frame is empty. Hope there's a little bit of brood on one of these side frames. Doggone it. Yeah, they're getting really upset with me. There's obviously a lot of bees in here. Pollen, nectar, some honey. It's a food frame. There's probably not a lot of brood. I think I'm going to risk it, and this next frame I'm just going to scrape some bees off and see what happens. If there's not a lot of brood, then the mites would be on the bees anyway. So this will certainly get them ticked off. We're not trying to fly out, so probably got some nurse bees in there. Since it's not real sunny, I'll roll them around for a minute. I know that ain't 300 bees. That's barely a quarter cup of bees. That's probably about half of what I should have got, but we'll see. See what this test yields, and we'll start putting this back together. We are getting angry. I'm sure I squished a couple. Hate doing that, but it happens. We go ahead and close it up while we're doing the counting the mites. All right. Make sure you can see that. It's a bit high on your screen, but it's workable. All right, so quarter cup of bees. Let's see what we get. Since I don't need the bees anymore, let's put them back in. And they'll clean each other up. Everything will be fine. A couple yellow jackets here trying to get in. Let's see what we got. There are a few. I'll bring this around, I'll show you. Them two big ones in the middle. One there, one there. So that's two mites, and I'm not even sure they were nurse bees, but had it been 7, that would have been the equivalent of 14 on a half a cup of bees. So I feel all right about that. I'll probably hit them with oxalic acid again one more time before winter. All right. Let me put you on hold again for a second and start getting this mess cleaned up. Okay, we are still on the same hive, but while you're on hold, I went ahead and popped the inner cover off again and drilled the hole out a little bit to make room for the rapid round feeder, because the round thing for it was too big. So let's get this back on here. I didn't do a very good job on the hole, trying to hold it and drill. All right. Of course I got grass in it, why wouldn't I? Alright, so this is what I'm going to do to get these guys ready for winter. I don't have the cup blocking the hole, so bees will probably fly out of the hole. Oh, yay! The cup is there. I will take that out though before I'm done. Fill that up pretty good. Can't really see it that well through this veil. It's going to be emergency winter food for them. So I don't plan on opening this hive again until spring. I also put a sheet of Reflectex on the outer cover to help with insulation. All right. also want to put a piece of pollen patty on there. About a third of a piece. I think that'd be alright. I got that right here. I'll put this on top of the sugar. And this is hard to do with these gloves on. I will clean my mess up. Most of it. So put this off on one side. And when that cap is removed, that'll flatten up okay. And then I got this stuff. I think it's well, all natural pollen substitute. So dry bee feed. I've never used this stuff before, but kind of got this beige look to it. I thought I'd just put a nice little clump right there next to that pollen patty. I don't know. Do you think that's enough? I'll be able to check them on, check the feed levels on warmer days. Now I don't want to mix everything together because I do want to give the bees a choice. You know, I don't want to force them to eat all of it together if they don't need it or if they don't want it. So I'm going to put this is just a medium super box, but it's going to act as a shim. This box is not very square. It's very wobbly, but that'd probably be okay for this box because anything that gets in through here would not be able to access the hive anyway. So I think we'll be all right. But I probably will put some duct tape around it just to keep some wind from going in. Now I'll pull the cover. And I'll put the lid on. And that is their, and after I put that shim on, you probably can't even see, can you? Nah. So that's what I got. So dry sugar, pollen patty, pollen substitute, all in a rapid round feeder, and it's filled up pretty full. But I think in here, I'm going to put some of that pink insulation after I, fix the cracks there, because that's just ridiculous. So that's why I don't use this particular box as an actual honey super. Robber bees and yellow jackets and stuff will be able to get in pretty easy. Well, me shaking it just like that, I dumped some sugar out right there. All right, let me put you on hold again. Here's what I was talking about. I lined the outer cover with double bubble or Reflectex. It's pretty much the same thing, sold under different names. I'm sure one sheet of it by itself won't make a big difference, but that's going to be the outer cover. Under that, but on top of here, I'm gonna put some of that pink, the R13 insulation, some of that. So, and then I'll probably duct tape up the corners here so no wind will get in there. And then I'll have it all strapped down for the winter. And I don't know, if there's a warm day in January or so, I'll open it up and check the sugar, but I won't actually check, you know, up inside the hive itself. It'd be way too cold then. So, all right. It's a good population of bees in this hive. And this is one of the hives where I did use the wrong oxalic acid. When I had accidentally purchased the wood bleach, the package for use as a wood bleach. So, all right, put you back on hold for a minute. All right, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. So I plan to do all of the hives with that with a wrap it around feeder, or do the mountain camp method, you know, just pour it on the inner cover, or on, I don't know, I'll probably do the inner cover. I don't want to do the frames, but and a pollen patty, a piece of pollen patty, like a third of one, and the substitute pollen. So, and do some kind of insulation on all the hives, at least on the cover. I do want to insulate some of the hives, you know, maybe do a little trial thing, do some wrap around the R13 pink insulation around a couple of the hives, and then maybe put a tarp around it, see if those hives do any better over the winter. I mean, who knows? I had 100% survival last year, but I only had 2 hives, and it was beginner's luck, I guess. So, because I'm pretty sure one of those 2 hives now is a dead out. But all right, well, I'd like to know what you're doing to get your bees ready for winter, and if you're insulating your hives and feeding your bees. So, all right, well, you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.